The key man in the unit is Randy Gradishar, proclaimed by many to be the finest inside linebacker in the game.
On this episode of Broncos Legends,
Bronco recovering. Here comes Gradishar.
we're catching up with an all-time great linebacker, Randy Gradishar.
Three-backer drop.
Randy, thank you so much for taking some time to join us. We like to start all of these by simply asking, what have you been up to lately?
Well, for the last 21 years, 22 years, I've been with the Phil Long Dealership Group, and the Phil Long Dealership are in Denver and Colorado Springs, Raton, Glenwood Springs, and Trinidad. And so I'm working with the corporate communication side. I'm visiting with employees. I'm talking to employees in the sales, service, parts side of things. And then along with that, I spend an hour or two in a store, and I'm always talking to customers, going up and introducing myself. And then the other part of that with all of our dealerships, I go to the Mount Carmel Veteran Service Center there in Colorado Springs, and that's for veterans and families for transitional services and wellness and behavioral programs for our military families.
Did you always have a strong tie to the military?
Going to Ohio State in 1970, I was waiting for a Vietnam number. I did 2 years at ROTC, and but I was my Vietnam number never got called. And then being involved in Woody Hayes, my old Ohio State coach, was a World War II veteran, and when he actually even recruited me, we went to my dad's grocery store in Champion, Ohio, and they stood behind the meat slicers for an hour and a half, and they never mentioned my name. He never said, Randy can do this, Randy will help us go to the national championship, win the Big Ten. He never said any of that stuff. The whole hour and a half, they talked about World War II.
Against the Cleveland Browns, Bronco defenders came up with their biggest play of the year. With the Browns threatening to score, the Denver rush forced Brian Sipe to throw an off-balance pass. Batted down by Randy Gradishar, the ball took a bizarre hop off the hip of Tom Jackson. Back into the hands of Gradishar. With the Browns frozen in disbelief, Gradishar took off on a 93-yard odyssey and relived the loneliness of the long-distance run.
Looking back at your playing career, how would you describe the type of player you were?
One of my strengths was really being able to study the game on downs and distances. Well, Joe Collier had everything broken down by down, by distance. We had a encyclopedia each week for our game plan, and we just did that mentally and preparing all week during practice for the game plan, and then just getting to the ball. I remember Joe Collier telling me a long time ago, he said, you know, it's doing all these different drills and stuff. He said, Randy, just find the ball and make a tackle. I said, you know, that's pretty simple. I'll just do that.
If you watch any of our films, you'll always see anywhere from 8 to 9 to 10 people around the football, and that includes secondary and defensive line and the linebackers. We don't have real big linemen. We have very small linebackers, and when you don't have the size, you have to compensate with something else, and we've compensated with our speed and our quickness. We all get to the ball, and that's why teams have a hard time getting outside on us.
You must have had a knack for finding the ball, too, because 10-year career, more than 2,000 tackles credited to you. Of course, you were a part of the famed Orange Crush defense, 1977. What was it like playing with that group of guys?
Well, I mean, it was great. Playing with those guys and developing that kind of relationship on the field and off the field has just allowed us to be that Orange Crush defense, and very proud of that. And I'm just excited to be part of that evolution of Bronco history.
Good afternoon from Mile High Stadium in Denver. This is Bob Martin with Larry Zimmer as the Denver Broncos meet the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first time in the history of the Bronco franchise they have ever been in a playoff game. The Broncos sport the best record in the AFC.
We played the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 1977 for the first playoff. The media gave us no opportunity to win the game. I mean, that was Franco Harris, Terry Bradshaw, Rocky Blair, the Steel Curtain guys, Lynn Swan, and at Old Mile High Stadium, we ended up winning that game, and then going to the AFC Championship game. And that was just a great memory of being able to play in the AFC Championship, win that game, and then go on to Super Bowl 12. Lost against the Cowboys, that Roger Staubach, Tom Landry group. They had a great team also, but just having that evolution of the Broncos' first playoffs and the first Super Bowl, tried to be part of that.
It is over. The miracle has happened. The Broncos are going to the Super Bowl.
These former coaches of yours, though, they've all said that you're one of the best players that they've ever coached. I mean, what does it mean to you to hear things like that?
Well, it's a great honor. I mean, but I always go back to, how you were raised and who mentored you, who quote coached you during that time. And my mom and dad, from being a little kid, growing up and having the work ethic, both on the field and off the field, in athletics, and then also in eventually some kind of career. So you get that, and then I go to Ohio State, and they had Coach George Hill, linebacker coach, and Coach Woody Hayes, who was the head coach. They mentored people. You talk to them. They ask you questions. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? when are you going to get your degree? All those kinds of things. And then all of a sudden, that NFL thing came up, and realizing that I had the opportunity to do that. And statistically, I don't know what the statistics are, but not too many people have that opportunity. So through the mentoring that I had, my high school basketball coach and football coach, I'm just thinking about that, is that when Woody came and some other coaches came around to the high school, my high school basketball coach and football coach mentored me. They said, Rank, you need to do this college thing. I mean, they focused on college education, not really because I was any good. I mean, I don't know how good they thought I was, but evidently Woody Hayes thought I was okay. And so that opportunity came about. And so the mentor, the coaching side of things, from parents to people in your lives and even through your whole life, mentoring means a lot to me.
Well, the next step for you, Randy, is the Hall of Fame, and I know that you're knocking on that door. How do you approach that every year?
Well, I just think it would be a great honor. I mean, it's been 30-some years, and so I just hopefully at some point in time that may happen. I don't work on my days. Today I'm gonna make sure, hope and pray that I'm gonna get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, because it's an honor. It's a recognition. And so thinking that you earned that, I mean, I go back to high school and college and professional, saying, these are the honors, whether you're All-American, you're All-County, you're All Big Ten, you're All-Pro, you won the MVP of the Super Bowl. Those are honors, and that's where people are selecting that. And I just continue to hope that maybe one of these days that'll happen.
Well, Randy, thank you so much for spending some time with us, catching up, and it's your time to be honored, and hopefully you get that Hall of Fame call here pretty soon.
Well, I'll call you when that happens. Thank you. Thanks, Phil.